there, it's Julie Broad with Revenue.com, and I'm coming at you with a new video series that we have for you, and it's all about adding a legal suite to your property. And well, we're shooting this series because guess what? We're adding a legal suite to a property, and I'm standing in the entranceway of the property we're going to be working on for the next probably 3 months, 2.5 to 3 months. And we just closed on it today. So as I'm filming this, we just got the keys and it's our baby today. What I'm going to kick off this video series with, and it's this video you're watching, is I'm going to share with you kind of 5 things we look for in a property when we're considering suiting it. And it's a lot to cover. I'm going to cover it fairly high level briefly, but just to give you a sense of why we chose this particular property, as well as what we look for when we're evaluating dozens and dozens of properties. We actually looked almost 8 months to find a property like this one to be able to add a legal suite to it, because it's not that easy to find one that's a great fit for you. So the 5 things really quickly, first of all is entrance points. How are the people getting into each unit? The second thing is heating sources, really important when you're adding a legal suite to consider how the property is being heated. Number 3 is a flow. For lack of a better word, it's layout flow. How is it going to work for you as a suite? Number 4 is a little bit complicated, but it's kind of where is your plumbing, where's your electrical, where are you putting your kitchen in and washer dryers, that kind of thing. Does it make sense? And the 5th thing is washer dryers. Laundry is such a huge thing, and when you're doing a legal suite, and any kind of suite actually, whether you're doing it legal or not, I highly recommend you separate laundry. The less your tenants have to interact with each other, the less likely they're going to fight. Extra installation goes a long way too, just so you know. Anyway, so where can you put laundry for both suites? That's a really important issue in our minds. So those are the 5 things we look at, and this property had great answers to all of them. Although as we went through the quotes from our plumber, our electricians, and getting the plans drawn up to submit to the city for the permit, we did encounter some challenges and things that we thought were ideal turned out that we can't do it that way because of certain regulations, which is always irritating, but we worked with it, and I think this is going to be a really fantastic suite, and I'm excited to chronicle this this journey, this adventure for you week by week, which is what we're going to do. So entrance points with this particular property, there's 4 entry points, which made it really easy for us in terms of how people are going to get into the property. So right now I'm standing at the main doorway. This stairway you see here, it leads up to the main house. This is a 3,000 square foot house, which is we thought was a great opportunity, but it did pose some challenges with us for the amount of area you're actually allowed to have for a suite. So some of this downstairs area actually has to be allocated for the main house, which is going to result in a one suite being about 2,200 square feet, so very large. So anyway, so this is the main entrance, but right to my right here is the garage, and there's another entrance here, so the main house people can also come in through the garage. The suite folks, there are 2 doors at the back of this house, and one of them is going to become our main entryway. So it's already all set. We're going to lay gravel along the side of the house so the people for the suite can park on the gravel. There's a little gate, they can go through that and right into the house in the back. So entrance, nothing we have to do there, which we like. Heating. When you're adding a legal suite and there's a furnace, it's a pain in the butt because you have to separate it off and you have to firewall protect your furnace from the suite, and it's expensive and not value add expense. You don't get any extra money for out of rent because you separated that, and it doesn't really add value to the house because you separated it. And the ducts also pose some challenges because sound will travel easier between the 2 units even after you've blocked it off. This house had baseboard heating all throughout. So other than splitting off the electrical for the 2 separate meters, it is a straightforward process. So that was another check on our list. Number 3 was flow of the house, and that one's really going to be easier to explain when I lay out the plans for you, which I'll do in a future video, and I'll explain the flow. I'll explain what we had in mind when we bought the property, and then I'll explain what we actually get to do because those were different, but that's how it goes when you're working with city permits and the process that you have to go through to add a legal suite. But the flow of this property is fantastic, and even with the changes that we had to make to our plans, I think it's going to be a great suite. And the main house, like I said, it's massive and it already had a great flow, lots of light, and I think it's going to be an awesome and easy to rent property. Number 4 was electrical and plumbing. Where is it for adding the kitchen, the laundry downstairs, that kind of thing? This particular property already had the plumbing and electrical in place for the stove and the fridge and the sink. So we still have some work to do because we had to make some changes, but that made it pretty easy for us because it does reduce the costs. Everything still has to be split off. Your water and your heat has to be split, so the suite's separate. So there still is work that had to be done even though it's all in place, but it reduces some of the costs that we would have to incur, and it reduces the chance that we're gonna have to blast through concrete to put anything in place, which is good. Number 5 is laundry, and with this particular property, we have a laundry room here, but we're moving the laundry into the kitchen, where I'm standing. The kitchen's going to be over here for the suite. But again, it's not going to be a hugely complicated process because upstairs we had 2 or 3 spots that were good. Good space. They had a bathroom nearby, so you have access to the plumbing lines, which is kind of what we considered for where we would put a stackable washer dryer upstairs. So we're covered, and we did actually consider putting back-to-back laundry rooms downstairs, but after talking to some people, that would have meant drilling into concrete. So we're going to stick with putting it upstairs for the main house and downstairs here. So lots to cover, and I know this is a longer video than what we usually do, but adding a legal suite is quite a extensive process, and I really want to help you through this and help you to understand why we picked this particular house and share this adventure with you so that as we learn, you learn. So keep watching. We're going to film a new video every single week to help you through this, and we'll see you next time. Bye.